Who do you think has the best chance? I know that that's what odds makers say. Who do you think has the best chance to upset Team USA here for gold?
Malika, I think it's probably a coin toss between Serbia and France. I'm going to focus on the French team because what they, to me, represent is something so unique in their look defensively and what they can present to Team USA. And this is a team in Team USA that struggled from the three-point line the other night against South Sudan. I think it's going to be something we're going to question throughout the Olympics. And if you have a front line with Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert on the floor and the amount of ground they can cover around the rim, three-point shooting is going to be at a premium against that team and against that defense. And that's going to be a challenge for Team USA. I think the line change, like the distance, it's a different adjustment for Team USA because you're camped out closer to the basket when you're spotting up shooting the three. But those are spots now that Gobert and Wembanyama can get to with one stride because of their length. So I think that that's a challenge. They've also got a lot of their own three-point shooting. So for me, I think France would be the most unique look that Team USA could face and could possibly present the biggest challenge.
So on paper, Legs, I was with you, but then France has lost all 4 of their exhibition games. They've lost to Australia, they've lost to Canada, they've lost to Serbia, they've lost to Germany. You look past Victor and Rudy, and it's sort of like, okay, what else are they bringing to the table here? What do you think?
Well, I think that they've got, listen, I don't put a lot of stock in really any of the exhibition games. I think that there's a lot of things that these teams are trying to find about their roster because like Team USA, who was thrown together in a very short period of time, I know some of these guys have played on national teams together for these foreign countries, but for the most part, they're just getting together themselves as they prepare for this Olympic run. Fair. I don't put a lot of stock in what happens in the exhibition games. I'm looking at a team, and particularly 2 guys that are going to have a look defensively for Team USA that's going to be something that's unlike any other team in what they present. The question for France is going to be, are they going to be able to score enough? Is their guard play going to be good enough to handle the ball against that level of pressure? Can they operate, make enough three-point shots themselves? But I just think the unique look that they have and the length that they can present around the rim, that could be a challenge for Team USA.
As someone who has played for Team USA, but then also played overseas, I'm not trying to flex. I'm just trying to tell you that overseas, those crowds, those arenas, they are different. And the reason why I like France, on top of the idea and the point that you made, Legs, besides the front line, is also they're at home. When they're at home, a lot of magic can happen. So that's why I look at France like they could probably put something together, even though, like you said, in the exhibitions, they leave some to be desired. But also you mentioned Serbia. Clearly they have the reigning MVP on that squad, but we have not mentioned Team Canada. Oh, Canada.
There we go.
They have the most NBA players outside of the USA, I believe. They have 10 NBA players. And so if you look at that roster, they actually have pretty good balance. I mean, we all know what they did in the World Championships, but you have offense with SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was an MVP candidate. Where did he finish? 3rd behind Luka and behind Jokic. And then on top of it, you got defense. I mean, who wants to go up against Dylan Brooks, who's out there running around, guarding? So I sort of like the balance. Lou Dort on top of that. Remember I said the torture chamber? So offense and defense, they're a well-balanced squad. I like the home country as well. But, of course, at the end of the day, Team USA, they have all of the makings. They have all the goods. But, again, none of this will be a walk in the park because every team, each year, each Olympic cycle, they improve.
SGA and Jamal Murray, having that as your starting backcourt. Really the only concern for Canada, right, maybe their inside presence. But Kelly Olynyk has been really, really good for them. I'm going to throw Germany in there, the FIBA world champs. We're going to put some respect on Germany there. Legs, we haven't gotten a chance to hear about your ideas. The roster construction, though, of Team USA. How do you feel that they all fit together after seeing a couple of exhibition games, which I know you don't put too much stock into?
Yeah, I just want, people need to always get back to this point. Whenever you see an international team coming from the United States, an NBA caliber team, these are different roles for these guys.
Yes.
Basketball doesn't work that way, where you have a team full of alphas, team full of guys that are used to doing really whatever they want offensively on every given night for their NBA teams. Most basketball teams have a couple of guys at the top of the roster that fall into that category, and then everybody else sort of stays in a lane and they fill a specific role and they sacrifice parts of their game for the betterment of the team. That's a big time adjustment for all of these guys. You're talking about some guys that if their careers ended tomorrow, we know they're in the Hall of Fame. There's a bunch of other guys in this team that are probably going to end up there as well. And they're used to getting, on a bad night, 20 shots a game for the teams they play on. So I just think the way that we go about formulating these teams and just expect, because they've got more talent and these are household names, we can roll out a ball and they can just go. That's just not the case anymore. And I think basketball requires a rhythm and a sacrifice and a continuity that is very difficult to find in this amount of time. And that is why I think Team USA will be threatened on multiple nights in this tournament. It's not going to shock me to see them lose. We just mentioned some of the teams. Australia even could be a team because stylistically it's so different.
Yeah.
You know, I like Shanae's point about Canada. There's no doubt that's the most talented team outside of Team USA. But the one thing that's interesting about that situation is they're going to play like it's an NBA game. And that also might make Team USA more comfortable.
True.
Because the style is going to be exactly what they see every night.
Right.
Some of these other international teams that have the top guys, right, the top of the food chain players, like a Victor Wembanyama, but then everybody else falling into a role, it looks more like what actual basketball looks like rather than a collection of all-stars. And that's why this is continuing to be a challenge for Team USA to just run through it.
Not to mention, to your point, some of those other teams, they also have a continuity that United States, they just do not have. You can catch it tonight. The Grizzlies.
Get it.
Heat. Coverage begins at 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Plus from the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. But let's go big picture here. Let's go big picture here with Big Perk. We're going to dive a little deeper into the biggest winners from this year's Summer League. It is the list virtuoso himself, Kendrick Perkins. What do we got?
Well, you know it's summertime, and you know I got to bring the heat. Damn it, we looking at Summer League, and again, Legs, I know you're new to this. You haven't been on this part of the segment. It's not your list. No. It's not Shanae's list. It's not Malika's list.
No.
Damn it, it's yours truly list, okay? So we abide by my rules, and y'all cooperate, all right? All right? Here we go at number 5, starting off. Bam! A big purse, big list, a big summer standouts. Jared McCain. I'm telling you, look, I know he's famous for TikTok. I know he balled out at Duke. But damn it, this young man put the world on notice in Summer League. Not only with his ability to get buckets, but his ability to make others around him better. When you talk about his craftiness, his handle, his competitive nature, he has all that. I expect him to get some minutes this season under Nick Nurse for the Philadelphia 76ers. All right, Lex, since this is your first time, I'm going to you. I need your energy on this one. Give it to me now.
Bam! What you got at number 4?
There we go. There we go. The big fella, 7'2", with a featherly touch. Zach Edey. All I kept hearing about is that he can't. This game is not going to translate to the NBA game, where it looked perfectly fine in Summer League. He is going to play big minutes for the Memphis Grizzlies. You cannot teach 7'2" with the tenacity that he has on both ends of the floor. I saw him sliding his puppies in that drop coverage. I see you, big fella. Him and Jaren Jackson playing alongside another is going to be great for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Come on, Shanae, give me some energy. I know you fresh from overseas from your trip from Africa, fresh off the WNBA. I need that same energy you had this weekend. Don't give me nothing less.
Bam!
There we go. Hey, look, H-Town.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about,
look,
sir.
Reed Shepherd. I'm telling you, this young man has been standing on business. Averaged 20 points this Summer League on 50% shooting. 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Look, Ime Udoka is going to have to find minutes for this young man because he could flat out go. You could drop him anywhere in America and he's going to adjust. That's what type of game he has.
Perfect. Thank you, Perk, for letting me do that.
Come on, Malika, give me number 2. I need you. I need your energy. Where you at? There we go. Yeah! Dalton Connect. Hey, look. He's probably the most NBA ready, okay? We know what he did last year in the SEC at Tennessee, but damn it, in front of his new coach, J.J. Redick, and his GM, Rob Pelinka, the man put on the show. I understand all eyes were on Bronny James, but this man right here is ready to hoop right now. He's going to do wonders for the Los Angeles Lakers. You talk about a guy that could stretch the floor, a slasher, fierce competitor, underrated defender. That's who Dalton Connect is. Coming in at number 1. Since it's my list, I might as well top it off. Bam! Put it up there. There you go. His mama call him Rob. Damn it, I'ma call him Rob. Rob Dillingham. Hey, look, did you see what he did in this last game? 25 points, 12 assists. Anthony Edwards and Rob Dillingham in the backcourt together is going to be must-see TV. He is going to be one of the most electrifying young fellas in the NBA. And guess what? He's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid to take the big shot. And he plays the game with no remorse, meaning who's ever in front of him, he's out to kill. He wants blood, and he can play make. Again, Legs, I know you new to this. This is not your list. This is Big Perk's list, yours truly. A big summertime standout. Carry on.
Big Perk's list, but, I mean, Rob Dillingham, he struggled out the gate, Perk. I know he had 25 and 12 yesterday, but it's your list, sir.
Yeah,
Tanae, do you have any notes
It's not
that
how
you
you
would
start,
add?
it's how you finish.
I mean, Zach Edey.
Look, I'm just going to speak from the H, Perk. Thank you for letting me do my bam with the H, Reed Shepherd. I'm going to say this, okay? 25 and 5, I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with your game. I wasn't familiar with your game. That man is nasty.
Yeah.
I saw his haircut and I was like, oh snap, he's like coming straight from school. I was a little concerned. And then I was like, oh.
No, these are some
we
after-school
gonna be
activities.
all right.